Good evening, students. I hope you have started, practicing your SQL queries, and you have started designing the company database, which I have already discussed with you as put on WhatsApp. You know that this company database, the assignment that I have given you, has already been discussed with you. AR diagram for the same has been discussed, and we have also designed the relational schema. So you know how to develop the relational schema, wherein we decide what tables, how they are going to be related to each other. The 7-step algorithm also has been discussed with you. So just you, what is expected from you is you have to just summarize it all together, and you should practice making that database into the I mean, you have to try making that database and see how all of it works. And definitely certain queries I'm going to discuss with you now. And with the help of those queries, you will learn how to extract the data selectively from that database from some of the tables. So let's see. So I have tried to design certain tables here. However, I have not gone into details of creating all the tables. I'm just giving you a glimpse. You have been taught how to create the tables. Now this is the first table, that employee table. If I run it, you can see it simply goes, it's exactly according to how the table is given in your the book. So it simply goes create table employee, because employee is the name of the table, and then it goes first name, I've given it as varchar10, then middle initials as varchar10, the last name as varchar10, SSN. I want to make it a primary key, so you can just see that whatever is underlined has been discussed as primary key, and I want to make it as primary key. So I might directly write it either here, in front of the column itself after having written the data type, or you might write it later, as I have already discussed you while I was discussing the create statement. Then there is birth date, which is discussed as date, initialized as date. Then sex, male or female, varchar 1. That should be more than enough, because I expect the person to give only M or F, male or female. Salary, I have said integer. Super SSN, it is integer. Now D number is integer. Okay, these were a couple of fields in the employee the table. And after that, what you can see here is foreign key. Foreign key is super SSN. Now foreign key, if you can just see in the schema that was discussed with you, you will be you will see that super SSN is one of those one of those attributes of the table employee, which is related to the same table one more attribute, that is SSN. So that same thing has been referenced here. So foreign key, that is super SSN, the attribute name, references the table, which table? Employee table. Okay, and employee tables, definitely which particular attribute? Obviously it's primary key. So I don't have to mention it here. So this employee, that my cursor is blinking there, this employee only talks about which table it is referring to, and obviously the attribute that this foreign key is referring to is the primary key of this table. So it is referring to the same table. So that is what is shown here. So if I run it, obviously it is already existing object. Why? Because it was already created. So I just wanted to show you how exactly you have to write the tables. Now I'll just show you a couple of other tables that I've created. You might just go ahead. So this is another table, department table, that I have created. Okay, if there is any reference to department table from employee, I think there was one column which was referring as a foreign key to department table, I think D number or something, but then that cannot be referred, because till then department table has not been created, so it will give you an error. So I have skipped it. You have to update that table later and modify it, and then add the foreign key. Okay, so let us do this department So you can see in the department table, D name is there, varchar 10, D number is there, which is primary key, manager SSN is there, which is integer, manager start date is there, which is of date type. Okay, so this all, these are all, so it all actually says that name already exists. So I cannot create it one more time because it is already created in my database. So these are couple of the tables which have been created. So you have to just carefully just practice creating the tables are already there. Do it for the company database first. Okay, so department, then department location is also created. Okay, so you can see for department location, D number, D location, and D location is primary key, and foreign key is D number, which is referring to department. It is fine to design the foreign key wherein the table which I am referring to, which is going to have the primary key for this particular foreign key, is already designed before this. If department table was not still created, I cannot have foreign key defined now, because it will give you an error saying that department table doesn't exist and the relation won't work. So you have to keep it pending for some time till the department table is created. So this is what you have to keep it in mind. So this is how you have to just create all the tables which are given in the company database. All those tables, the schema, if you just go to the schema diagram, you will actually know what is what. You have to just go accordingly according to the diagram drawn there, primary key, foreign key, the relationship, everything, and you can decide the data type on your own. So that is not a matter. You can actually take the liberty of deciding the database. Varchar 10 might be varchar 20 for you, integer might be some integer, some other database. But then obviously looking at if it is date type of some field, you will obviously give it date. If it is integer type of, and for my convenience I have taken all the primary keys mostly as integer, because it gives me a lot of convenience to enter the data. Because supposingly USN or something like USN that you people have, if I declare that USN as varchar, then it actually is tricky, because I have to always remember that I have to say 18 MCA, 2GI 18 MCA, whatever is the number. So instead I have put it as integer for the convenience of entry of data. So everywhere you can see D number also has been put as, now only blinking is going on there, I can't highlight. So you can see D number is defined as integer. You could have had it as varchar and decided the department number B is like some alphabets and along with it some numbers. But then I have gone to make it convenient for myself, and I have said that nothing is told in the book, so you can just simply go ahead and make it integer or varchar, but just be careful in whatever you decide. Accordingly you have to enter the data. Okay, so this is how. And students, if you have already got Oracle installed on your laptops or on your desktops, then you can go ahead and execute this database in your directly the book, directly the laptops in the Oracle application. You need not go online. This is only for those students who do not have those many facilities sitting out there in lockdown. So to make them convenient and for the process of learning to continue, I have told you might as well try these things online, and purposely I am doing it online so that you also understand that it can be done. So couple of sessions on how it can be executed online. Having said that, I'll take you to, I had sent a PDF to you people couple of weeks back for Navate. So I'm just taking you through the portion that we are supposed to cover. So basic retrieval queries in SQL. So we are just going to go ahead and talk about the basic retrieval queries in SQL, you can use select and select from where clause. So it simply goes select command. Now certain select queries we have seen, simple select queries have we have known. So the select query simply goes according to this general structure here, which is reflected with which says select attribute list. So you can have select first name, comma, last name, whatever fields you can specify the fields. Or if you want all the fields to be extracted, you might just simply write like how I have written it couple of times in the online session, wherein I say select star. Star will select all the columns. If there are 5 columns in the table, all 5 columns will be selected. But if I just want couple of columns to be selected, then I have to specify their names. Okay, so that is what from which table. So I can have one table, or I can have more than one table also, from where I can select the table. And where condition, so I can also declare what is the condition. So you can see the example here. So they have solved couple of queries. Now this is extremely important aspect of your journey of learning, because if it is the examination, yes, you will be given a database, you might be given the problem definition, and you will be told given certain queries, and you will have to generate those queries depending on what database has been told for you to design. So you definitely have to understand the in and out of how you can select the certain particular data from the database. So all this I'm showing you has to be understood well, and more has to be practiced. So okay, you can just go ahead and experiment more with your database. Okay, so this is taking it forward from there. But then apart from that also, do not think that it is only from the exam point of view. It is definitely a 10-mark question that comes out of it. It is usually, because this is an important concept. When you come to this chapter, definitely you are learning the SQL queries, and what I can query you is how do you use them. So I will be asking you like this. So definitely an important aspect. But other than that also, if you understand, then you have to go beyond it and prepare yourself well for the online the interviews and campus interviews and all. Because the companies, if you claim that you know database, then you should be able to write queries like this, and they'll query you on this. So you have to prepare yourself well. So the first query number 0, it just simply goes retrieve the birth date and address of employees. So this takes it for granted you have created the company database. Okay, so having created the company database, it is talking about certain tables, and particularly in this particular query, it is employee the table which is being used. So you can just go ahead and read the query one more time. Retrieve the birth date and address of employee or employees, SS in the bracket, that means one employee or more employees. So if there is only one employee, print that. If there are more employees, print all of them. Whose name is John B. Smith. Okay, then select birth date, comma, address. So what all has been told for you to retrieve? Birth date and address has been told. So I cannot write select star. If I write for solving this question, if I mistakenly give the solution as select star, star means all the columns of employee table. But that is not the requirement here. They've specifically told only retrieve birth date and address. So I have to specify that. So birth date, the column name for birth date is B date, comma, address. From which table? Employee table. Where? Clause is which clause? That first name is, and it is varchar, so it is in the single quote John, and middle initials is B. So what is the name given? John B. Smith. John B. Smith in our table has been divided into 3 fields: first name, middle initials, and last name. So first name is John, and is the clause that will join all the clauses together, okay, conditions together, and middle initials is B, and last name is Smith. Students, if you can just see carefully, I am talking about this particular line. Sorry, in this application I cannot use a marker. So you have to just make it sure that you are into the reading query 0 here, and I'm going ahead and reading the first name, middle initials and last name, which is the requirement, as John B. Smith. Okay, so sorry, I'm unable to D. Okay, so this done. So this is what is the query required. Okay, so this was query 0. So you can see for this particular query, I will go here and say the outputs have been given here. So query 0. So query 0 is figure number A here. Figure number 3.6A is query number 0. So it actually gives birth date and address of that person whose name was John B. Smith. So his birth date was this and his address was so and so. Okay, so let's go ahead. So all the query outputs have been given here. So the how many queries they have solved is these many queries have been solved. So you can see A, B, C, D, E, F, G. These many queries have been solved, and they've given in each of the figures which query number has been solved. So let's go query number 1 here. So please pay attention to query number 1. I'm reading it out. Retrieve the name and address of all the employees who work for research department. Okay, now research department, the details of department name is in the department table. Okay, and the department number only is on in employee. So how will I know that department name is research? So I have to also fetch something, or I have to also retrieve data from the department table. So it just says what all has to be printed, name and address. So I'm printing first name, last name and address. Okay, from which two tables? Employee and department table. Okay, and D name of the department, research is in which table? It's in department table. Okay, and the D number, what is this D number and what is this D number? This D number is in employee table, I suppose, and this D number is in the department table. So I have to be specific in writing that. So I might as well give aliases, which we will see forward as to how to give the aliases. As long as the name of the columns is different in two tables is fine, but supposingly D number was there in DNO is there in employee, and DNO, the department number, is also there in the department table. So both the names will create confusion. So I have to it's as good as saying supposingly there is some student called Seema in fourth sem A division, and there is another student with the same name Seema in B division. So if I say call Seema or tell her to meet me, it will create confusion because you really do not know which Seema I am talking about, because in both the divisions there is Seema. So what can I say? A dot Seema is A division Seema, B dot Seema is in B division. So A tables, whatever field, I can give a alias. So with that will make things easier for me to understand. But here it is, there is no problem, because this D number is spelled as DNUMBER, the other D number is spelled as DNO. So it is very specific that which table has which particular field. So there is no no problem here. So what is happening is we are having a join condition here. So and is trying to connect two conditions together. So this is what is retrieving first name and first name and last name and address of the employees from the two tables, that is employee and department, wherein D name is research, which is in department table, and I am tallying that with the other table, that is employee. So this is what is the second query. Now let's go to the next query. From every project location in Stanford, list the project numbers and controlling department number and department manager last name, address and birth date. So what all do I have to print? It is said that I have to print the So for every project in Stanford, so I have to actually talk about the project location is Stanford. So I'm just highlighting that. So I have to go and search for the project location Stanford. Okay. And controlling department number and department manager's last name. So what all I have to print: project number, D number, last name, address and birth date. Okay, from which particular tables? From three tables, that is project, department and employee. Okay, so D number and D number is department number, and manager, so these are two different names, so not a problem. And manager SSN is equal to SSN, and project location is Stanford. So these are couple of queries that you should try. So what is first expected is, I'll just give you only a very small task, just taking you one step ahead of where I stopped last time. You have to just go create that database, which I have already told you to do. Do your task, basically understanding and then doing it. Just do the ER diagram, make the schema, then create all the tables. Please enter the details into the table, and then try out at least 1-2 queries here. Okay, having said that, I will again record one more one more video for you, wherein we will discuss these queries further. Okay, take care.